What is up, guys? Welcome to Metal Mondays Light. Can y'all hear me? I can't scream. Jim Miller, channel member. What is up? Neil McKenzie, channel member. Salty Cheeto, aka Cheeto Bandito, channel member. Welcome. Welcome, Blade Ogre, Chicago 23. Jeffrey Dawson, channel member. Pretty Flopper, Knife Guy. Welcome, my friend. Ron M. Welcome, brother. Good to see you guys on a Monday night. Howdy, Thomas McDonald. Congrats again, Neil M. Neil, did you win the Olympic? Is that what I saw? Congratulations, buddy. That is a fantastic win. And that's a great, great cause, too. So, guys, we might have some special guests tonight, and I was going to show off, give you guys who are here previews of some unboxings you'll see in the next couple of days. I think I did an unboxing today for this little knife right here. Congratulations, Neil. That is awesome. Guys, this is a knife that I took a chance on at White Mountain Knives. It was on there. It doesn't have a picture. I had to Google it, and it didn't have the one with Damascus. This has Damascus in both sides here. But I Googled the titanium one and kind of liked it. It's got this deep hollow grind here, and then it's got this really kind of thick flat grind. It's just a sick knife. I can double finger flick it, but I can't single finger flick it yet. But M390, it is a Tepe design, I think. Deonoc, what is up? Channel member. Joseph S., what is up? But this is $148 before you put Javon 10 or somebody else's code in there. And again, there's no picture up. So it's still available, but that's what the Damascus that's in the description where it says Damascus and titanium. It's an internal liner lock. Kind of reminds me a little bit of, and I don't have it over here, but that knife that Colin designed, I think it's the Tucson TS 319 maybe. Greg Maroney, channel member, what is up, brother? Kind of reminds me a similar construction, only in the internal liner lock. But it's a nice handful here, and it's got a nice choil here. I don't know if they're still available. Let me look. Because it's one that, again, I took a big gamble on because there's no picture, and then I Googled it, and it looked unique, and it's not. I'm not able to middle finger flick it, which does kind of suck yet. I'm hoping it breaks into where I can. And for some reason on my desktop, let's see if I can in stock. There we go. Click. Click. Let's click there. All right. I'm going to show you guys where it is. It's this one right here. Again, if y'all want to just go look at it, if you like that knife, I was impressed with it. When I did the unboxing today, I was like, is it going to be all that? And like I said, I can't middle finger flick it yet, but what I can do, I could do, is double finger flick it. But it's got just such a good detent on the regular flip, whether I push button it or whether I light switch it. It's a banger. It's got a nice sharpening choil. I think Jared would approve. But that's just sharing, and sharing is caring. I have no affiliation with White Mountain, except they let me share a discount code with you guys, which they can tell me how many people use my discount code as opposed to somebody else's. And I appreciate it, but I just want y'all to find cool stuff. The other cool stuff that I'm going to be talking about in the next week or so it has come into my collection. I don't know if y'all saw Friday night. I was talking about this knife, this Brian Brown Raptor, the Smoky Mountain knife works exclusive. That's carbon fiber, titanium. That's on sale. This particular variation for over $100 off. What's up, Byron Kennedy? Well, now all of the configurations are over $100 off. Hold on a second. Let's pull it up. Not that any of y'all are looking for a Brian Brown Raptor. I wasn't. I had a Jaeger, and I've always been a big fan of the Jaeger, but I've always liked the Raptor. Um, I just wasn't going to go 300 and something dollars. So if you go to Raptor E2, then I'll share it with you guys once I get it pulled up here. Enter. Check this out. Now all variations, not just the yellow camo carbon fiber, are $269.99. Now, what I'll tell you about these knives is they are much lighter. So if we were going to click on one of these, I want to say they're 3.8 ounces because that show side, 3.6 ounces. The show side is complete carbon fiber. I mean, it's structural. And at $269.99 or $67 if you sizzle it, not that I'm entertaining sizzling it, I'm just saying that it's really, really a good buy on these Brian Brown Raptors. I'll drop a link for just a search that takes you to all of them. And it's very loud. Now, when I picked up this was the only one that was on sale. So I could have gotten this for $269, or I could have gotten the blue or the red for $371. So it was a no-brainer. Had all three colors been available when I picked it out, I probably, knowing me, would have gotten the blue, maybe the red, maybe the green. I like to kind of keep my carbon fibers mixed up. That's why I've got the wonky pink on what I'm carrying today, my slip joint. I think I'm carrying my Bazooka pink. Feel good, Jack. I'm all for a funky carbon fiber. But let me tell you what I carried today. I carried this, my Feel Good Jack, and then I'll find out what you guys carried. I carried my Arctic, or what's it called? Arctic Pine Carbon Fiber XOM, and mine is the Tanto. And then I carried in my back pocket my little mini Hurricane Razor. I got my full-size standard in the mail today. I'll show you guys that. I picked it up at NASL. Show you how they compare. But I love, love, love these little Hurricane Razors as a backup knife. And it works so good as a pen knife because you can just put it in your back pocket like you would a ballpoint pen, except it's not going to leak on you. And it's got a Kydex sheath, so it's not going to jab you in the ass either. But I picked this up, and it came in today. Again, it's got a clip. Its clip's done a little better. It's built up. It's the same Tonto. They make this. It's Amsler Tools. He makes this in different steels. This one's S35. The black one's Magna Cut. But you can also get them in a Warncliffe like Tri-State has. But these are just handy little EDC fixed blades, whether you wear them as a neck knife or you put them in your shirt pocket, however you carry them, they're just a winner. And the coolest thing that came in that I'm getting to check out is, do y'all know what that is? Pocket stuff. Josh, what is up? So this is the fixed blade Vero Axon. I've always been a fan of the folding Axon. This is the liner lock. And what I noticed, I didn't notice at the time, because when I was in Atlanta last 2 years and handled this knife, I was not carrying this knife. So when I handled this knife, I knew it felt different, but I thought it was bigger. And Vero, Joseph, and Michelle told me, no, it's not bigger. It's actually smaller. It just is more narrow. And so when it came in today and I started to really look at it, this has got a great trigger choil up here. So you've got your normal choke back grip, or you can choke up right here. What they did on the fixed blade is you've got those two same areas, but now you've got the choil worked into the handle all the way up, so that instead of just coming up to the trigger here, you're actually locked in behind this choil, and you've still got this really aggressive jimping that holds your thumb, and you've got this thinner profile, which is not too thin. It's not like you've just got small scales and it's going to twist in your hand. It's just not quite as thick as the folder. They're both great knives. But I'm looking forward to check this out. I have not even put a ulti clip on it, which I've got, a deep concealment carry clip, which I was going to test, and then a couple of straps. But the clip that this comes with is, and you can't see it from this angle, but it is a internal or an external clip that's got great retention, and you can pivot it. It's got a 45-degree little track inside here that allows you to wear it scout, to carry it horizontal, it'll slide up, or to do it at a 45-degree angle if you want to do an appendix carry. So I'm going to play around a lot with this clip. Right now I'm carrying it just scout, but it's and it just came in today, but it is awesome. Paul Mills, what is up, channel member? And he also sent me a little Axon to try out. These are just knives to try out and bring to the channel, guys. And I've always been, from when Lefty first introduced me to Vero engineering, my overall favorite design, and the design that stayed in my collection, has been the Axon. I've got 2 sets of scales for it. I love this design. I've had a Synapse, loved it, but not like this. Something about the simple elegance of this knife and this blade style really speaks to me. So to be able to check out a smaller one, which to me is kind of the difference in not a Benchmade and a mini, but like a Paramilitary 2 and a mini bug out. Because I'm thinking this is pretty much mini bug out size. This is a small little guy. And then I'm thinking this is more Paramilitary 2 size guy. But they're the same knife, the same profile, the same, just what I consider to be a very understated, elegant build. Front flippers, if that's your jam, you know it's not my jam. I'm more of a get in that finger hole. But very, very excited to try those out, and excited to see what this how this M390 works out on this really funky bladed TS. It's the Tucson TS. Whoops. I can't tell if it's 172 or 127. I don't want to lead y'all astray, so let me, against my better judgment, try to get my glasses without tangling up some shit. Oh man, I'm tangled. All right. Bear with me, kids. I'm getting skull fucked. And I'm doing all this for you guys. 172. So if you're looking at that blank listing on White Mountain Knives, you'll see that it's the 172. And we got a special guest, guys. Everybody buckle up, because I'm going to bring in brother Jason Grant. First, I'm going to kill this music. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? Can you hear me?
I hear you like a champ. Let me kill this music. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm stoked that I got the shit to work the first time.
Oh, man, I knew you would.
Yeah, usually it takes like, hold on, if my camera's shaking, I'm like, hold on. All right, we're good.
You've got a lot on there, and I need to make you big. Do you mind if I make you big since you're focusing down where people can see it better?
Yeah, I don't care. I just have some stuff I'm working on to show you real quick.
Yeah, I want to see that. Let me make you solo because it would be bigger. Can everybody see that good? Oh, dude, that little guy right there.
What,
Put
the
that in a
coffin?
box. Yes.
I just made it out of a piece of scrap.
When I saw that on Instagram, you saw my comment, didn't you? You might not have.
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying is put that away if it's not sold.
Yeah, I just did it quick. It only took me about an hour to make. I cut
But
a
just
coffin.
the grind looks so awesome, and the fact that it's the little coffin and the pins,
Yeah,
the
it's a
little
hot.
mosaic pins, that's an elegant knife, nice little knife.
I could only bring the little scale down, so it's not in the cutting path. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then this side's a little pry bar.
You
If
know
I
what I'm
make
thinking?
these, I'm going to make them thicker though.
And what I'm thinking is that's something we need to get you and Joe Lancelot Leather on a little slip, a
Oh, yeah.
little, one size slip where y'all can do like 20, 40 of each or however.
Yeah,
And,
that'd be cool.
just have a cool little way to carry it. Dude, that is an awesome piece.
Yeah,
I guarantee you the chat would dig it.
this is we'll call this like the prototype, right? I wanted to make sure it would work, right? Before I I mean, there's some things that aren't perfect on this one, but again, I was just messing around, making sure it was a workable idea. But yeah, just got to sharpen it. It's not quite sharpened. I just hit it on the belt grinder.
Lauren's asking, is that the one Doom has? Or
No.
no?
Doom has, what does he have? I think he has two from me. He has an XL Doom one, and then he has a crazy like nightmare grind one I did. The first remember that purple crazy grind
Absolutely.
knife?
And then that's the one that Joe did the custom sheath with the purple straps and the
Yeah.
purple. Yeah, that was awesome. Dude, you've got some bangers sitting there.
Check this one out, dude. This one, it's not done. None of these are done yet. Some are close. Check out that hollow grind on this. That's done on a 12, wait, hold on. 14-inch wheel.
Dude, I love that. Is that your little sharpening choil that you're going to cut in back there?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that clip point. That is just, see, that doesn't look too, and you know me, I can't talk in real knife maker terms, but it
Me
doesn't
either.
look, it doesn't look Aladdin like. It just looks like a really aggressive clip point. That too, that looks very aggressively clip pointy. I love that.
So this is a flat grind. That's the easiest grind to do. That's why I don't do a lot of them. They're just, I don't know, kind of boring.
Do you think they come out thinner when you do the hollows, or do you get them thin just
Dude,
as much because you're going to get them thin
dude.
regardless?
Okay. This is only at 120. I'll take it down to 220, and then I'll use what they call oh God, what is it called? Is it called a surface conditioning belt? It's basically like oh God, what is that called? I can't think of it. But anyways, it's some fancy belt that puts like even a better satin on it.
Dude, that's so shiny. I mean, right now it looks just unbelievable.
Well, I'm not a big fan of satin just because you know, the finer the scratch pattern, the finer scratches show, right? Like the heavier the scratches, the heavier scratches you can get in the knife without them showing. Does that make sense?
Right. It
Like,
does. It does.
the hand rubbed satin knives, I hate that shit. I always mess it up somehow, right? Like I'll cut a box and hit a staple and then it's, you know what I mean, right?
Right. It's got too much of that. It's too easy to get something to booger it up on a
Correct.
cut.
Yeah. But I mean, I've been working more, I've only been making fixed blades for a year. So the first year I was focusing on learning how to hollow grind, learning how to flat grind, doing swedges, compound grinds, right? All the stuff. Now, this next year, I'm going to focus on refinement, meaning like, dude, getting those super consistent, thickness behind the edge, etc. Um, just really dialing everything in this next year. Does that make sense?
Dude, it's absolutely. You're just on a mission. And when I say you're on a mission, you're constantly progressing because you don't see it. And this year, you've progressed, I think, so far into where you want to go next year that you're already well on your way. You've kind of got the plan on how to get there. It's just a matter of showing, the knife makers and the knife buyers what you're doing. Because
Yeah,
that's
and
the next level,
I
what you're holding right there. And that first clip point, I'm in love with that
yeah,
hologram.
yeah, they're
How
they're
long is
both
that,
cool. These are both 6.5-inch J cals.
dude? We'll have to talk about the top one. I know you've got some that you're going to be dropping this week.
Yeah. Well, all of these will be
Marcel, what's
done.
up, channel member?
All these will be done by Friday. And then I have some. I'm finishing up for other people that they've ordered that I got to send out that are almost done. Um, you know, this is just
Yeah,
look at this ugly looking bird thing. It's like a toucan.
I don't think that's ugly. I think it's wicked looking. That thing looks like a great Slurpee saver
Yeah.
and a box opener if you wanted to reduce it to the ridiculous. But a Slurpee saver all the way, it looks nasty.
Yeah, this I like. So I'm not a big fan of the really huge curves because they're a bitch to sharpen and to just keep up. Um, but a little bit of that curve, dude, it makes it pretty rad for boxes and stuff. Feel like when you're cutting material because it has that concaveness, anything you're cutting wants to go in the middle of that concave. So, when you're going through a box, it just always stays in the middle of the cutting area. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does because it's pulling it in kind of from all angles.
Correct. Yeah. And they just look pretty nasty too.
And I think I'm not a tactical knife guy, but when you see tactical knife guys, they talk about that shape, that shape being very defensive. What's up, Ed Harrison? Very much
What?
a self-defense shape, that size. I don't know if you saw where Jared and Tim Kell worked on that knife together, but they're releasing a little fixed blade.
Yeah, I saw
Um,
it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Here's a
yeah,
little
just a
guy.
little that dude, that's so rad. Is that straight?
Yes.
I love that.
Straight. Has Altum. It's hard to tell because I did it in a way where you can't really see that it's Altum until you get it in light.
I love
So
that. I
it
mean,
kind of
that
looks black, but it's actually Altum because I used a black liner underneath it. So from this angle, it looks black, but when you hold it like that, especially outside, you can tell it's Altum. You can see the amber see-throughness.
I love that. That's the way you did the little mini one for me. And people, I guess they do or don't realize, but Ultim from back in the vape game, when I was vaping on high wattage mods, they made
Mhm.
drip tips out of Ultim because they were very good at not conducting heat, right? So if you've got a hot vape and you're building your coil real low where it's putting off a lot of heat, the Ultim drip tip wouldn't conduct that heat. So it wouldn't be as hot on your lips.
Well, Ultim is a great material for scales. It's used for higher temperature stuff, and when you're making the scales for the knives, like G10 and micarta has a tendency to start to like burn, right? If you get it too hot, like as you're finishing them. And the Ulta, man, dude, dude, I grind that shit like it's steel. Like that it's pretty bulletproof. It's crazy how strong Ultim actually is, you know?
Yeah, I think that's part of the appeal to drip tips back when they were, because they were very expensive compared to the Delrin drip tips and other type of drip tips you could get in the game at the time.
Yeah, check this thing out.
Is that a chisel?
It's
I'm
no.
asking. Oh God, dude, is it sharpened on 3 sides?
Yes.
Oh, how nice is that
So
for a
it's
little
sharpened
Slurpee saver?
all the way around. So, and it's a hollow grind on this side and a flat grind on that side.
Is that for a customer or is that one you're going to be dropping?
No, I just made it today. I was just trying to see if I can come up with some new shit, some weird shit, you know?
Dude, Jim Miller says it's the first Ultim he ever liked. What are these running? I think he's just looking for a range, but like that little Ultim one.
This one, dude, I do like 140 shipped um, just cause I don't know. I haven't sold it yet. So if he wants it, 140, I'll make a Kydex sheath for it too.
Yeah, and these are all going to be. Oh, Thomas, thanks, man. Finally, a good explanation as to why Ultim is so desirable.
Yeah, just it's pretty strong, believe it or not. The only thing I don't want, like, the only thing I'm not a fan of, it looks really cool, but you know when guys do the super clear Ultim scales, that looks really awesome. But like as soon as you drop that knife a couple times, it does show a lot of those finer scratches. That's why I tend to finish it with like the more, rough texture, um, to hide, wear and tear, right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because if I was to do a finish like that, can you imagine how scratched up that would get?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no
You know what I
doubt.
mean?
Hey Jim, I'm gonna get you to. I'm gonna tell Jason now that you put sold up there that you're interested in it, but
Oh, cool.
his his DM on IG is scrolling now on the little flag there at Brass Brigade. You can just DM him anytime if you have a question about it.
Or you can pause the video. There's my number, my Instagrams. Just screenshot this video later right now.
There you
Boom.
go.
Anyways,
Or reach out to me and I'll make sure you can get in touch with them. But yeah, I think what Jason's going to try to do when as he gets caught up with a lot of his custom orders is on Fridays have some drops. And I've invited him to come on any Friday that we're live because I know you guys have questions about knife making and y'all are interested in seeing what he's doing in the lab, just like I am, and have first shot at some cool knives that he's dropping, right? If you watch Instagram, like I noticed that little small knife that I want to talk to him about on Instagram either earlier today or yesterday. I forgot which it went up.
today,
Um,
this little guy went on there today.
so I urge all you guys to follow at Brass Brigade on Instagram. And Jason Grant Tattoos is a very cool site as well. That's his personal tattooing site. Go ahead, buddy. What's that? That is a mean looking tanto.
So this is the second Tonto I ever finished, and this is for one of the guys I work with at the tattoo shop. He actually gave it to me today to resharpen for him. He's been using it for the last 6 months. And he rides like, Harleys and all that weird shit. So he actually uses this a lot. So I'm actually gonna thin out the tip for him and just resharpen it. But he's been using this every day for the last 6 months.
Dude, that is an awesome looking shape.
Yeah, this is one of the original prototype J Cals, the big ones, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a great handful knife. I mean, it's not too big by any means, you know? I mean, I'm sure for him, it's the perfect size knife.
Yeah, this one's big, dude. I don't know how big this one is, but it's fucking. I mean, it's about that big, right?
It looks like it's at least 4.5 inches
Yeah, it's a big one.
on the
He wanted a
blade.
long blade. But
Nothing wrong with a long blade if you can tote it. And I'm sure if you're riding a Harley, you're not that worried about it.
no, dude, he don't care. But yeah, dude, that's about it. Just Got the, oh, look at this little guy. I found this guy in my drawer.
Dude, that's the one that's got that yellow brick road pattern, I call it. That
Yes.
that very unique spine pattern that you did by hand with a file.
Yeah. This guy's cool. This guy's cheap. I'm gonna, so when the blade's not done, I'm gonna hit it with 220 grit. Has a hollow grind on an 8-inch wheel. Um, so the blade will look much, more refined after it'll look more like this guy does.
Well, I'm very interested in that guy that you just held up, that little guy in your hand now, and that little small one. So I'm going to be watching your site.
Yeah. Well, dude, John, if you buy this thing, I'll just send you that.
Dude, that's a deal.
Yeah, this is a prototype, so
I love it.
But you'll get the very first one because I am going to make a little run of these. But you'll have like the prototype. So
I could see you, like I say, getting with, even if it's not Joe, somebody local, Oak City, to do you just a little leather, like not a coin slip, because you could do a custom slip where you can just pull the corner out of that and maybe even have a hole where
yeah,
somebody can put a lanyard if it had a little slip, right? It's
right.
just a way to.
Well, when I make a little run of these, they are going to have a lanyard hole. I was kind of bummed. I should have used a, copper instead of like the hollow bar stock for
Dude,
right
that's
there.
small enough to put in your hat.
This guy's badass, dude. Look here. Here's a business card.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's a great little size.
I mean, you probably
I
could
think,
fit it in your wallet.
yeah, or get a slip made for it. I might get a proto slip made for it because I really think that'd be a great way to. I mean, I don't know what the chat thinks, but I think it's totally cool. Good, Jim Miller. You'll see some really cool shit.
Yeah, a little coffin shaped slip. How cool would that be? With the little pocket clip on the slip. You know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the type stuff, since it's partially a coffin and that's your kind of thing, get somebody like Izzy in the community or Joe, somebody to make you, a handful and sell a handful of them, see how it goes.
Yeah, and then I got something really cool I've been doing, dude. So if you've noticed on some of the J-Cals I'm doing lately, I'm putting the hole right here. There's actually a reason for that hole.
What's the story there?
So I'm making these new Kydex sheaths for these where all the retention is into that hole. So that way, when you pull the knife out, with Kydex, sometimes it'll start to mar the finish on the blade. It only mars the flat between the hole and your bevel. So you'll just get a little mar.
Because it stepped up off the grind. I see that.
Yeah. So yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm running the Kydex up to just past the hole. And then of course it comes up higher on one side, right? And it sort of snaps into position. I made some 5-inch J-Cals. I think I posted them last week, real small ones with no scales. Dude, those were like the prototypes for these new little Kydex sheaths. Oh, they're pretty badass, dude. I actually left them at work.
I love
But
that, dude. I mean,
yeah,
I think those looks are coming along. I mean, if you think of all the different shapes that you've made to that just grippy handle, I think it's just so cool. I think they speak for themselves. They're badass. And you come up like with the battle bar and with that little guy. I mean,
oh, the battle bar. Oh, I gotta finish. That's one of the knives I'm finishing this week. A battle bar for one of Mr. Doom's friends, the Beard of Doom.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bod. We love Bod. He's gonna be coming through my hometown in a couple of weeks on his way back from his trip. I'm gonna hope to see him.
I'm working on a little XXL J-Cal for him.
Yeah, he's pretty much, he likes those larger pronounced blades for sure.
Okay.
He's got his style, and that's why I think a gripper he would love if he could get his hands on a gripper. He might have a gripper, does he?
I don't know if he does. I don't know, dude. That's one knife I need to think about. Definitely, I want to do a 3-inch gripper, pretty much just like the first one, but a 3-inch.
I think that would be just
Same. The only thing I want to change on that is still a hollow grind, still everything the same, but I do want to extend the back spacer. Like, remember the gripper V2? How it has
right.
the G lock. Do
Abs-
that
Absolutely.
just like the one you're holding, but with that G lock system I showed you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I've got a review on that particular
Yeah,
proto.
yeah. That's the only difference. Is just have it be have that in it integrated into the new one.
Dude, it's such a good knife. I mean, it stays perfectly centered. It doesn't require any maintenance from me. It's snappy. For
So
open construction, for as much time as it spends in my pocket, you would think I'd need to clean it out more. I don't.
So my friend, the guy that I made this fixed blade for, he bought one of the original grippers, and he's not a knife guy like us, right? He has this knife and the gripper, and he's carried his gripper every day since they came out, every day, dude. And he uses that thing. He's like a freaking tattoo biker guy, right? And that thing, I I can't believe he hasn't broken the tip off of it because he's not nice with it, you know?
Dude, that is so cool though that he's using it. Like you say, you want people to use your shit.
Yeah, he definitely used it. I used a gripper also when I moved a couple months ago and beat the shit out of it, man. Oh my god. I it's it's thrashed. I'll post a picture of it next to a new one someday. It's thrashed in a good way.
Hey, that's a good thing. That you means it got character.
Yes.
I'm running
Look at
here,
oh
adding
oh
people as moderators. Oh, dude,
oh
that is too sick. Look how thick that is.
this is Dooms.
Dude, that is just sick.
I'm not posting pictures of this, but I'll show it to you guys real quick because I know that there's only so many people that watch these knife things, right? It takes a certain special person to be into these, you know, in a good
Absolutely. And
in a good way.
that is an absolute man, that just looks so good.
Well,
And
it's
you've been
not,
working on that
dude.
for a while.
It's there's a lot more work in this. A lot of beveling, chamfers, angles, swedges. You'll see. This is just like the rawness, you know.
It's
Going
just
to have a compound grind with a flat ground tip. So about right here, it's going to go into a flat grind. So it'll be hollow back here, flat from here forward, and a whole bunch of disco shit.
uh I just can't wait to see what all comes out of that.
Look at it next to like a 6.5 inch J Cal.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you can tell just the thickness too. I mean, the stock is it's just sick. I mean, it's to behold.
It's it's a quarter of an inch thick.
I love that.
Took a long time to file that shit though.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah, that's about it.
Well, dude, I'm so stressed. You're welcome to come by and hang out with us anytime. I appreciate you taking the time away from your family to come show us your
Yeah,
shit.
no problem, man. Oh, let your guys know too. The trippers, if anyone's interested, I sell them for $200. They're
Hey,
250 on my website.
just DM him if you want. And I've got my tripper, so I'll talk about it when we get off of here, buddy. And I'm gonna keep your IG rolling so people can
Cool.
find out about you and DM you.
Yeah, I'll charge 200. Just DM me, and they're
Yep,
available right now, obviously. And
both in this color and in the black.
yes, sir. And I also have brass pivot collars. If you want them, just let me know. I'll ship a set out for free with it.
I love it, dude. I appreciate you, man. You're too
Yeah,
kind.
awesome. Well, thanks for having me on, brother.
Hey, brother, have a great night. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Hey,
Peace.
everyone in the chat, thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
All right,
Hey,
later,
Kyle,
bud.
I'll find out if he's still got your address. You still there, buddy? Up, he's gone. I'll find out, buddy. But yeah, y'all just everybody here knows him. I mean, he knows all you guys. So just reach out to him, let him know what you'd be looking for. But I can tell you this little tripper at $200, if you like a really aggressive Tonto, which I do, because this is small. One of my favorite knives is my Nimble T, and they're really both about the same size. The Nimble T is just a little bit smaller. Oh, excuse me, the Tripper is just a little bit smaller, but multiple deployments, has that little coffin hole for the deployment hole. Made by Best Tech, just a little banger, guys. Ed Harrison and Chef Rocky, I haven't been talking to the chat. Who else is in here? Hold on one second. Let me put this stuff away. Mark Herrera is in the house. Dude, it's good to see all you guys. And we'll do a little swag giveaway later on tonight. We'll find something. And Pocket Metal was gonna do this tonight, but it was actually his anniversary. So he and Jimmyette are doing their thing, and that's a good thing. So I told them I would hang out and gladly chill with you guys. Seeing that I've got nothing else going on. What's up, Randy's WSG? Good to see you, my man. But yeah, we'll figure out how to oh, Jim Miller. I can't tell you how good this is. And if I don't buy this or one just like this, because I know they're at DLT right now, or I think they're on Joseph's site, but it is such a good fixie. And fixies work so well. I mean, if you carry it somewhere, what's up, Pat? 1 Minute Knife Review. Anywhere you carry it, for me, whether I carry it appendix or I carry it scout, it's easy to access. And I find myself, yeah, exactly. That's true, man. That's not very metal, but it makes sense. But yeah, it's a great blade. It really is. I'm just a huge fan, and I really started to like my Penguin slip joint. I'm surprised I haven't seen more people carry this knife. I know slip joints are kind of an acquired taste, but if you like modern slip joints, or if you thought about trying a modern slip joint and you like the Penguin design, this is a great slip joint. You can get it in this $50 version that's 14C and G10 with red G10 liners or other colors, or you can get it in carbon fiber with CPM 20 CV for like $119 or $190. So they got the high price one and the low price one. But for me, the low price one was all I needed because I've got enough. That's one thing about rabbit holes, Jim. I can't get out of the fixie rabbit hole. I keep finding fixed blades that I really, really like. I'm in this little phase of these Amsler Hurricane razors right now. Um, but slip joints, I've really backed out of. I backed out of purchasing them. I came across and was lucky enough to acquire a couple of GECs, which kind of quelled my appetite. Now I'm sure something will come out that I'll like and I'll want to get, but fixed blades, it just has to have a certain shape and a certain look, and I'm spending way too much time just browsing them. Mark Herrera, 221 Ranger. Let me check what that is. Whoa, let's see what that is. TS 221. No, but that looks very, very nice. Is that a double detent? Let's see. Hold on a second. Make sure I'm pulling the right one. I'm about to pull it up here. Is it this one right here? Boom. Boom. This guy? Dude, I'm really liking that. What happens if we add Ranger to it? Ah, Love Them Knives has got a. I wonder if TS 227. Boom. 221 TS. I'm searching for the wrong thing. Well, they haven't had one at White Mountain Knives, so I'm gonna have to search elsewhere. That looks like a cool one, and I'll tell you guys, I've been super pleased, and I don't carry them much as I should. They're probably in another drawer. But my double detent, I've got this one right here that has a really great detent. These are two Suns. This one's in M390. And then I've got this other one that little crown doesn't come as far forward or backwards. So I've kind of got to either hold it like that or do a reach around. But this one is M390 and this one's S90V. And these are great little double detent manual knives. This one just doesn't, it's just makes me struggle to get to that tip where you can see this one comes back a lot further, where I've got to hold this one up and kind of manipulate it. It's easier for me just to go. But I like the S90V. I love this one because I can middle finger flick it, or I can fidget flick it. So this one's much more fidgety. And this is the Tucson. It was M390. It doesn't say. I'd have to go and I can go look it up for you. And this one, and S90V doesn't say either, but we can go look it up. What else I was going to show you guys is I did a unboxing earlier in the week or late last week on this little Rovivon light I bought. And I think I'm going to get this sized titanium Rovivon, but I couldn't at the time. Couldn't find out how to do the single push on, right? I was convinced that this back button was just a lockout, which this back button is where you lock it out, but it's a 2-button operation where the back button, if I push it, it just gives me high. So that's my instant on right there, the back button. So just by pushing that back button, I go high. The front button's got a click, and it clicks through all my different settings. Whoops. Or off. And then if I want just it to be on, I just push that back button and hold it, release it, it's off. Hold it, it's on, release it, it's off. double click the front button, it remembers the last setting, or I can step through it. Hold it to turn it off. So it does have that feature that I love about the Rovivon, which you can push it and you get light, or you can push it twice and your light stays on without having to hold. So pretty cool. And I've got my ride or die, which has been my big single button. I tried to replace it, and I'm trying to replace it with this thinner but taller double button one. Whoops. And I'm thinking that if I get, this is aluminum, but if I get a titanium one, even though it's only 650 in terms of lumens, I'll probably use it more because this is a little big. This is thick, and this is pretty big too. But that's just me and my light problem. What is up, Mind of Milton? Chris Hinkle, channel member, what is up? I'm probably missing a lot of you guys coming in. Let me clean up my little knife mess. Todd Carr, what is up? Oh, so I think I told you guys what I was carrying today. Did everybody tell me what they were carrying, or did y'all want to shout out your carries? Have y'all already shouted out your carries and I was too busy talking to Jason? You might not be carrying anything anymore. T Fitch, I play guitar, buddy, but I don't do it nearly as much as I used to now that I'm recording content. But that was my other hobby. And skateboarding. That was my pre-COVID, pre-knife hobby. I'm ADHD, so I'll go hard and heavy into shit for moments of time. And I've stayed, I'm convinced, in the knife hobby because of the people for so long. Pretty Foul Eye is carrying a cold steel Airlight. That is a great knife. Randy WSG is carrying the Super Tinker and the Tempest Micro Burst. Nice. Paul Mills has got the large and Cosi. Mark Parks, welcome, my friend. Had the Warren tax today. Mersalt was repping Alabama, carrying his McNeese 3.0 and his Malkoff MD1 Lite. Nice, buddy. Pretty fly. We all share hobbies, my friend. Rob's Nerdy Knives, what is up, my man? Welcome, buddy. We're just talking about what we carried today. Dwayne Letterman carried his pair of 3. Chef Rocky had his Bug Out and his Berg Barber. Nice. Berg Blades Barber. Is that the mini or the full size? The full size? I love that knife. Pocket Stuff had the Civivi Vision FG and an f5.5. The Civivi Vision FG will probably be my #1 under $100 knife. There are a couple that are in there close and that'll get their respective due because of their price, but that's a winner. Thomas McDonald carried the Vosti Thunderbird in the Magpie Damascus. Which color is that? Is that the kind of purpley and black? That's good looking though, that knife. Jim Miller carried his Growler V2, the Pony Stout, and the CRKT Stiff. Yes, nice. Rob, I watched your unboxing on that, buddy. Congratulations. That's a beautiful little specimen. Is carrying the Mini Arius. What a win. Demon Eye, channel member, what is up, brother? Carrying the Chavez Liberation Street full tie and the A. Purvis Rook. Nice. I don't know if y'all are following, speaking of machinist, Satu Dave, his YouTube channel, his journey, but you really should be. He's a great knife guy, and he started doing regrinds for people that are sending in knives, and he's really honing his skills to make folders. And he's a machinist by trade and is cranking out some amazing stuff. Jeffrey Dawson, channel member, is carrying the large Nkosi, a military 2, and an American service knife. Love it. El Cap Addict is carrying a feel good because of Chito Bandito. People out there doing something kind for each other. Double D Tent channel members carrying a Manix 2 and a Tops Bull Trout. Fantastic little fixed blade. I love that knife. Todd Carr's got his Leatherman Surge, his Gerber Dime, and Shard, an SD Classic, Cold Steel 8010, Kaiser Escort, Civivi Elementum in the fifth pocket, Papa Bear knives, Pocket Lucky Fixie, and a couple of O-Lights, and an open mini. And I will tell you that Cold Steel 8010 is a fantastic knife. And watching Metal Complex gush over it once he put his scales on it from Original Goat. I don't know if y'all saw that video, but it's a good one. It made me really want some of those diamond pattern 8010 scales. Hey, buddy, I bet it's a good knife. That $19 little knife, that Brother Watchman I picked up off of Amazon, was a fantastic knife. You can find some winners out there, especially depending on what you're trying to cut and what you need it for. Jay Corsicata, and welcome, brother. The Spider Coast Smock, TRM Adam, and the Hedgehog. I will definitely vouch for every single one of those knives. I love each one of those. Mark Herrera had the Otter Messer 3 rivet, encased tribal lock in 6.5 bone stag. That is beast. Very nice. Very nice. And got some rad slip joints in, carrying the GEC Freedom in blue camel and bone. God, dude, that is so nice. I got my first GEC that I got in on a drop was this yellow bone that I just fell in love with. And right after I acquired this, I was talking to my brother Pocket Metal, who, as you guys know, collect GECs. And I was able to talk him out of a couple that he had multiples of. So I picked up probably my last two GECs for a long time until I come into a drop. But this little pattern right here, which I just love, this one's in 440 in my Carta. And then I've got a little bone stag penknife. Whoops. That I just thought was too cool for the room. I just love these little knives. I did not understand the, I did a top 5 on my slip joints the other day, how they make me feel, right? Nothing scientific about it, but I can appreciate my GECs very, 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 very much. And I can also appreciate the Jack Wolfs for just a different reason, right? I think from a modern slip joint, these are the best modern slip joints being manufactured today. I just do. I've got some very, very fine Viper knives that use fantastic materials and have fantastic fit and finish. They're all smudgy and really sharp blades. But I look at the grinds on the different Jack Wolfs. I like them that much more. I don't know why, but I can't say that I like them more than my GEC. So, for example, when I look at these two knives, I think my Feel Good came out first in the end, but it was close because these GECs are just made so well. They're fantastic. And this is from a guy who, how long ago? 4 months ago, I didn't own a slip joint, didn't want anything to do with the slip joint, turned my back on them. Dang Ross carried his mini Exo Timascus and pair 3 with tie scales. Very, very, very nice. I've got the XOM. That's what I'm actually carrying in my pocket today. And the Mini has been one that if I didn't just buy the XO and I had a little more cash, I would love to have that small size. I think that's the perfect out the front for me. Nuga Knives, welcome, brother. Carried the Akona Buran today. Nice, my man. Is that one of your knives? Let me Google something. Arcana. Arcona brand. Brand knife. Oh, dude, very, very nice. I'm not familiar with this. Is this what we're talking about right here? Am I on the right knife? And I know I'm probably behind in the comments. That's a beauty. Knife Noah only has 97 subscribers.
All right, guys, I got another.
That is a very cool knife, Nuga Knives. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Joseph S. carried the GEC 56 and the SE Azula. I love the Azula. I've got the SE3 and I've got the SE Candura, which is the little one. What I don't know yet, I think I have two 86s. So if you call it a number 56, is that the first number in the stock number here or in the serial number? Because both of mine start with an 86. Mine's, or the two that are in my favorites, 86 1121 is my red and black, and my yellow rose is an 86 21 23. And I forget what each of those numbers mean, but I need to do some research. Roman M carried his battle bronze XM18 with micarta scales and a midnight jack in brown micarta. Very, very, very nice. My XM18 in battle bronze micarta is probably one of my favorite. Whoops. Probably one of my favorite hinders, and the one I carry the most. It's a spear point Spanto, but it's super, super fidgety. It sounds great. And I went ahead and luckily found a battle bronze show side scale. I don't know if I've got a micarta for this one. I think I just have G10 for this one. Whoops, I failed it. It's S45. But I love that. I've got a video coming out, I think tomorrow morning, that's 10 more of my favorite USA made knives where I'm not leaving any out because I did 10 USA knives that were kind of my favorite. And then I had 10 more. It was easy. Let's see what else everybody's carrying. Joseph says he's got the 49 Liberty jig bone. I've got to learn more about traditionals, true traditionals, and how to explain them. Because again, a couple of my favorites are not traditional at all, like this Max Ace Beetle S that's got like a ratcheting system. The only reason I like this knife so much is that it's so freaking thin. It's M390. The grind on it is so thin. And then I picked up this Serge Panchenko, which is kind of cheap. I don't know if this is worth the 127 bucks that they sell it for, but for a good box opener, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. if you're going to need to do something dirty, like cut up something dirty, and you don't want to get your knife all dirty. Tell you what else I got that I'm really digging, and didn't get pocket time today, but got a lot over the weekend, is my little mini A100. I'm a big fan of Essie. I'm not that familiar with how good their heat treats are, but I bet you Jared Nees would respond because he's probably had experience with them. And I would think if they're doing something in MagnaCut, like most other USA domestic makers, they're going to heat treat it knowing that there are going to be a lot of people that are looking out for it. So I don't know if you need MagnaCut in an Essie, depending on which model, if you're looking for one of their longer, more camp knives, or if you're looking for something small to be slicey. But I would have no problem putting my faith behind Essie. They're probably one of my favorite fixed blade makers. They're up amongst the top. Pat had the Microtech UTX 85 in blue today, along with the small Centros. Love it. Lauren's got the MKM Micro, one of my small favorite fixed blades. Are you carrying the Micro 1 drop point or the Micro 2 little sheep's foot? They're both winners. Oh, I love that little one, buddy. That's my little pen knife. It is a little, what's it called? It is a number 053121 and Sandbar Stag. It's called the Keychain Knife. I love the little tubes they come in. I keep them back in my little dehumidified drawers, but I dig the little tubes. It's the only way I can do videos on them because I don't really know what they are or how to accurately describe them. But this little A100, I didn't know it was a front flipper, and I didn't know it was a wonky grind. When I say wonky, it's not wonky. It's called something probably, but it's this Scandi, and this side comes down to a 0, and this side comes down and has a little, I don't know if that's a 17 or 20 degree bevel on it. So I'm gonna have to reach out to my brother. It's sharp as shit right now, so I don't need to worry about it. It's CPM 154, but I would assume you would sharpen the one side that has the bevel, and you just keep that bevel's angle, and then you would strop the burr off the back end, but I don't know. Well, I don't know, but I don't anticipate needing to cut it or sharpen it anytime soon. Legion Steel's Knives, welcome, brother. I'm glad you made it over. Hopefully I didn't cut into his time too much. I go at 9:15 when Pocket Metal is doing his Metal Mondays. I'm usually his guest, and then when he has things going on, I pop it usually about 9:15, but I could always move that back. I need to talk to Rob before next Monday. If Pocket Metal's not around. Pocket Metal, I think he's stuck between that 7:15 his time and 10, which is 9:15 my time. You know, Ant, the same thing for me, man. It's when I find myself carrying and being more enamored with fixed blades and slip joints than I am with modern folders. Now, I've had a couple of modern folders come in that have really changed my mind, that have gotten me excited again. One was the Knoll Voodoo, and the other one was the Kunwu Padre. I think this knife is just going to be right up there for knife of the year for me. I mean, because all I can do is talk about the subjective knives that came into my collection and how I think they rank. This knife's fantastic. this is quickly becoming one of my most carried, most used, most wicked knives. I mean, it's just sick. But there can only be one. There can only be one number one. And I love, love, love so many of these knives that have come into my collection. Like this Quiet Carry 9 is, it's hard to say that any knife in my collection is any better than this knife. Is it as flashy, or does it look more just like a knife? I don't know what we grade them on, but in terms of performance and 20 CV done very well, that cuts very, very well, this knife is a banger. And I mean, it just goes on and on. So I'll probably start, and I don't know if I'll do it. I'll probably do the top 10 as all knives, domestic. It's all gonna be thrown in the stew. And then I might do top 5 slip joints and top 5 EDC fixed blades, or I may just do top 10 knives and include slip joints, fixed blades in a big stew. I'll just have to see. I've been struggling with content ideas lately. It's really been I don't know if you'd call it writer's block, because I don't write. I just do it off the top of my head. Drinkwater's carrying the EDC Foundry Brian Brown Raptor, the McBee, and the Feel Good Jack. That is a killer trio, my friend. But it's just, it's been tough. So I'm trying to do some different groupings. Kandiri. Whoops. Kandiri Rue. Are you talking about the Jim Miller, are you talking about the SC Candura? Because that's a C, and I can pull it up. Because I bought one not too long ago on Amazon. I think I bought it here. Let me share my screen. Show you how we did this gig last time. I came over here, and guys, those freaking I'm not even going to show you where they are, but there's other bad shit on Amazon, or non-legit shit. So if I go SE Endura, this is the little one I got. And then there is a, if I lose y'all, for some reason, I'll be right back. But that's the SE Canduria with, I don't know why it's not opening up, with a sheath and with a scale. You can get it without a scale. But you can also go up here and search brother fixed knife. Now I can tell you, because I've owned that knife, I've actually owned 2 of them and gave them away. It looks very similar to the Canduria, except it doesn't have the treated blade, and the blade is much thinner. This is D2. But I got the black and the blue, and I did the blade swap or the scale swap. But if you just want to try to see if a small fixie is going to be in your wheelhouse, that's a cheap way to do it. Essie's a great knife. micarta scales. You've got this treated blade, much thicker blade, made in America, totally legit. You can get it in different colors, or you can go back here and get it skeletonized, which I guess if you're packing it in, you could always put paracord on it. I think you can even buy scales for it. But if it was me, for $5, I would get the yeah, here's your handles for $22. Now I'll pass. And then the Azula is a little bit bigger, if I'm not mistaken. It's 6 2/4 overall, where the Candura is 5 1/4, 5.13. So it's going to be a little smaller. But I've actually got a Candura if y'all want to see one. They're great, great knives. Legion Steel Knives has been carrying his Pena X series dogleg jack. That's a beauty. And green fat carbon, even prettier. Sounds awesome, man. What is up, Mr. Fluffy? I didn't see Mr. Fluffy. There he is. Hey, Mr. Fluffy. Welcome, brother. Joseph S., thank you for that. I've got the Great Eastern Cutlery site bookmarked, but I've not dived into it like I should. Josh Branson, welcome, channel members. Carrying the Jack Wolf Cyborg Jack, the Civivi Odium 22 or the Civivi Odd 22, the Vosteed Thunderbird, Warrior Mini, and a Forest Hank. I never count the Hanks that I'm carrying because I usually have a Forest Hank, but I set it up on my speaker before I sit down. 5-door, what is up, brother? Carrying the Moirel, the best budget knife under $50 without a doubt. One of the top budget knives of this year, in my opinion. Tactile Bear and the Beyond DDC Guerra. Sweet carry tonight. I love it. SE said big, looks like a good 80 size. But you're probably right, nigga. Let me take a look at that. I'm sorry that I'm slow on the draw. The Sincillo. Let me see if I can spell that. Reminds me of Susudio. Oh, there it is. Boom. Wow, it's a lot more expensive, at least on Amazon. But yeah, that's a great size. 7 1/4. And don't be scared off by this price. I just was searching on Amazon. I'm sure we can find it somewhere else. But I like the bulbness of that handle. I love the fact that it's A2 tool steel. And I love that thick blade. And I bet you that it's on here for less too. But the Sincilio is a sweet one. And guys, there's so many unscrupulous knife people out there that are selling stuff that is just off the chain stolen. What is up, Dopey? I get you, man. I love that you stopped by, my friend. Yeah, I'm on hiatus right now. But I appreciate you, buddy. I hope all you're doing well, my man. We got to get together soon. You're too close. We'll go put some holes in paper one day that you're not working. We'll go out and do that. I definitely want to. Maybe we'll rally up when Doom comes through. And I agree. I'm going to have a hard time with the hollow grind in that, and just the way it feels in my hand. Because when it comes down to it, I can only rate them on how they make me feel. I know there's no such thing as an objective. This is better than that, in my opinion. What is up, Crispy Critter? Naked Group Hug, my man. Pat, and I used to shoot a bunch of shorts, which made a lot of sense in terms of growth, and I've cut back on that. I just haven't had the inspiration, which all I was doing was flipping knives or opening and closing fixed blades. And I've got to get back to doing it. I've just got to make myself. I've got to get out of the funk. And if the content sucks, I just need to adjust it. But I've got to get back to content creating, if you even want to call it that, making videos mindset. B for Bear and welcome channel member, the XXL or the XLL Kalishnikov Bowie. Nice. That is a sweet one. Have I missed Dopey's Carry? Josh Branson, there is a Matt Christensen Maverick on NAS sale. I saw it yesterday. Let's see if it's still there. And again, I'm not affiliated with any of these sites. We're just looking at them together. NAS sale. Whoops.com. And I'm the biggest guilty party of going here. This is where I got my Hurricane Razor that I was showing y'all earlier. But if I'm not mistaken, there's an American Blade Works and Ultim. We scroll down because I'm going to get to what I was looking for before I forget. That's a good deal. $225 for a ProTech Malibu, textured, like new in box. That's a good deal on a Sharp by Design Void because it doesn't have the actual void. It's got a I forget which one this is, but it's got the plug in it. But we were looking for that Matthew Christensen, which is right down her. Dudes, I'm telling you guys, there's some cool, and there's some whack shit on here like this, but some cool stuff. Here it is right here. $235. I think that's a very good deal. If I was not unemployed and not looking for a job currently, I would be very interested in this knife. He's got it rated as, let's see, how's it rated? Because he's got a great rating. Let's go back and find the listing. How did I bounce out of it? Okay. Excellent condition. Has perfect centering. Action is super snappy. Lockup is bank vault. Zero rock. Only taken apart to clean. And he's got perfect ratings. There's a sweet Christensen Maverick S. Like I said, if I was in a different position, I would like the liner lock, which is this one, more so than the frame lock. That's just me. Let me grab my little Candura because it is such a good night. See if I can get out of here without causing a power failure. This is a little Candura, so if we wanted to compare it in size to the I think it's a great little knife that gives you a full 3-finger grip, gives you a beefy choil here, locks your finger in. Now that bigger one's nice too, but it's $100 more. You are getting more purchase. But the Candura, I can say it's a winner. I think these might be sold out again, but these little TCal piranhas, give you a little more handle and are little beaters. I love this little knife. Made in Georgia. But both of these little knives are great. Little fifth pocket carry, or like me, I'll carry in my back pocket typically is where I carry a fixie. And then what I thought we'd do for later, because I didn't have anything planned for a giveaway, so I've got this little, it's got 2 Weehi bits. It's got a T8, because I bought the bits, and it's got a T6 that have never been used, or T8 and a T10. It's this little guy, but they use micro bits. So it's got a magnetic little thing that sucks them in, but that's a T8 and that's a T10. The only thing I don't have is a T6 because Amazon was out of them when I was grabbing this. So that and an Epic swag pack. And when I say Epic, this has got stickers in it that you guys are going to flip the F out. It's got some old stickers. Let me show you. Let me find one. Here's the button lock dance sticker. We the people. We've got the limited edition, no longer in print. Do something kind for someone stickers. We've got some lefty stickers. We've got some business cards. We've got key chains. We've got EDC roundtable stickers. We've got River's Edge cutlery stickers. We've got Gary Last Ranger stickers. We've got a little River's Edge cutlery leather keychain. A bigger Gary sticker. We've got Top Gear 10% coupon. We've got County Com stickers, River's Edge cutlery stickers, just a bunch of shit. So that's what's going to be given away here at some point later tonight. And I know y'all aren't going to want to be here super late on a Monday night. So y'all tell me when you're getting tired, and we will do a little swag pack. Uh-oh. I left out the lefty sticker. And I may be able to fatten up this sticker bag a little bit more because I haven't added any Javon stickers to it. And if I go back and look, the last few packages have gotten stuff like a couple of Nelly stickers, Satisfaction stickers. I might be able to find a few more Stone Cold winners back there. Azula 2, micarta, very nice, drink water. Yeah, the Azula's a great knife. My first Essie was the Essie3 and S35 VN, and then I got the Candura, and I've got like a Bradford Guardian 3, and I've got some knives, so many freaking fixed blades, it's scary, but that fill that void, that size void. Gotcha, Todd. Let me pull that up. Let's see. And it's ESEE2. Azula 2, right? 2.85 versus So let's see if I go SC Azula. Ah, you're exactly right. The SC Azula is the little raw guy, like this one here, that's shorter. Blade length 2.63, overall 6.25, where this guy has a 2.875 blade and an overall, let's go back to Azula 2. Hmm. $6.75 versus $6.25, so a half inch smaller. And then that one that y'all were talking about earlier, where'd that one go? I just saw it. Oh, pinch is kind of cool. They must not be making that one we looked at earlier, are they? Interesting. Acid test kids, I think it's, it'll beat on stuff pretty good. I don't think the edge retention is good as some other steels, but I don't think it's set up to be. Because it's easy to sharpen in the field from what I understand, but I don't know hardly anything about that. Jim, those brother knives are good. I mean, I think they're really good. I mean, the little fixed blades, I know G Bizzle's picked up several of them, and I've given a couple of them away. I got a full size that was kind of SE sized from Brother and Amazon and gave it away, and then those two little Candura type blades were good little blades. And their fixed or their slip joints, I've still got one of those here. I love their slip joints. Yeah, and the good thing about the Essies is they're treated really thick, with whatever that Cerakote is. You still want to keep them oiled up. You don't want them smutsing up on you for sure. Paul Mills, I've got a spreadsheet that I don't ever push AutoSum on, but I was doing the other day just some head math on knives that I've given away. And dude, it's insane what we spend on knives. If I looked at what my entire collection that I still have intact is worth, or it's not what it's worth, what I paid for it, and it's sick. I don't think it's healthy to do the math. Just kind of keep it in check and just know that you got plenty of knives, or you need a few more knives. You'll always need a few more knives. The best thing would be is if I could sell knives to get knives in. I have a hard time doing that. I have a hard time selling knives. Yeah, Jim, you did the math like that and figure just if you figure is $100 a knife, I've got 4 cases with 48 in each. 48 and 48 is what's that? 96, 96 and 96. So that's right under a couple of hundred. And I can tell you that the knives are 200 and up probably, with a few under 100. But most of those I've moved out. And if I did the math on those, just that I've gifted out, it's a bunch. But I get more joy out of that than I would if I was selling them on knife sale. Concept Fenrir, that's one I've liked too, Josh, and I've seen it pop up at different retailers at what I think is a lower price, right around 150. But I've never bought one. I've got a buddy who's also looking for one that's the Sparrow. What's that? Strix? Is it the Strix by Sparrow? Oh, B for Bear, and absolutely. That's this is probably my crown jewel, my Michael Zeba Z5 Odin. I don't know why the camera's not picking up on it, but the clip, I've got it mirrored. That's why. The clip says Till Valhalla. It's a Jason Knight blade with a huge fuller. And then it's got just sick scripting work and backspacer work. So that backspacer is like a piece of man jewelry, I guess, when you flip it over. Let me throw some light in here. See, it's got writing, ruin writing there in the back of that backspacer. But this is a fantastic knife. I fell in love with this knife for 2 reasons. I was with Dark Gravity when he bought it from Michael Zeba, and then he made it available to me a couple years later, and I was already in love with Countess Anne, my favorite internet Zeba girl, and I had to be able to tag her in those posts, so it's been well worth it. I carry it though. That was one of his conditions on selling it, is to you know, he wanted somebody to carry it. But I've been very careful carrying it. Mark Herrera, I will check that out, brother. Did you send it on IG? Let me pull you up right here. Let's see here. It wants me to get verified, and I don't have a problem getting verified. Oh, very nice, Mark. Check those little spear points out. But if I get verified, I don't know how long I have to change my name or any of that shit to not be John Evans Knife Addict Life, which I think my Instagram started before my YouTube. I think I did my first full length with talking video about a year ago. Just for therapy, and then it turned into kind of an obsession where I feel like I have to at least get out one a day. And there'll be nights I'll be recording at 3 o'clock and it'll go live at 5. Yeah, it's best just not to think about it, Paul. And it's not really depressing because I think about it. I come at it from a totally different perspective because I'm a recovering, however you want to look at it, addict. And about 8.5 years ago, 9 years ago, I was eating a hinderer every other day. And I was doing that in an unsustainable pace to where I was just, eating the $500 worth of pills every 2 days. So I look at it as I've kind of shifted addictions to something that's a little bit more productive, maybe equally restless. Um, but I think it's a lot better. I promise that, my friend. No, guys, the reason, and it's people say it as a cliche, but it's not a cliche, because I've jumped into so many different hobbies. Before COVID, it was one wheels. That's how I found night videos. And before that, I was buying all these guitar effects, building my perfect pedal board. And then, no, I was eating two hinderers, a hinderer every other day. So 2, 4, 6, every 6 days, I was buying three hinderers, but they weren't hinderers. I was just buying them and, what I was needing to not be sick and continue working. It was a fucking struggle. But yeah, it's and then when I found the knife community, it was on one of Grateful Panic's live that I started really communicating with people and chatting. And then I started going to different lives. And, since then I've been able to keep my focus not as much on the knives, but the knives are a way to connect with the people, right? And when I used to watch videos, all I was kind of gaining from those videos was people's impressions of the videos of the knives, right? So I could watch a video by Lefty, and even if he hated it, I could tell based on what he hated about it or didn't like about it that it might work for me. And knives that he loved, some of them I would buy, and some of them I didn't. And I can honestly say I've probably been influenced by somebody along the way to buy 95% of the knives that are in my collection or have come through my collection. And I've rarely been let down by a knife. I've gotten a couple of cases that weren't recommended, but I was just trying to get a side buster. And I've had a hard time getting one that's really good, but I haven't bought a nice one yet. Um, and don't really plan on it because I don't have the confidence that I'll get a good one, get a Pioneer Jack if I go that route. But yeah, it was we all need to watch what we buy. And for me, reckless spending was such a part of my addiction that now, since I'm not using it to buy shit that I was never in control of purchasing, I feel like I've got control, which is probably to some degree a little bit delusional, but more control over buying knives than I did over buying what I was buying before. Because before, if I didn't have the funds, I'd still have to find a way to buy it. It was just a vicious cycle. Satisfaction. The man, the myth, the legend, the father of the phoenix in more ways than one. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, pirate ship is what I use for everything. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. So if you go to pirate ship, you can set up a free account. And once you do, you've got all this stuff over to your left. So if you're going to start, if somebody emails you their address, that's why I always ask people to email me because I can pop their email address in there and it ships, it says who it's going to, and it lets them know, right? Sends them an email. So for me, pirate ship, and I think I can go in here to reports and see how much I've spent, how much pirate ship saved me, and I get this in $20 increments. So I can go in here and view all shipments. and I can export that as a spreadsheet if I want to. It's pretty cool though. I mean, you know, I don't know how much it saved me, but let's see, all time, how much does it save me? Saved me $272. And what it's really saved me is I haven't had to go to the UPS store and have them, you know, I'd have stuff that would just pile up, shipments that I had to get out, and I'd have to carry them all down to the UPS store so that they could address them. I'd have them like hand addressed on there, right? But just by getting that little label printer, I paid $89 for mine, that thermal printer that Zach talked me into, which was the smartest decision I made. And then Maddie and them were talking about pirate ship. I used it and I've been full. I mean, I haven't had like whoever wins the swag bag tonight, it'll go out tomorrow. I'll print the label when this is over. All you'll have to do is email me your address where you want it shipped. Have to be in the US because I don't think pirate ship ships out of there. If it does, I'll ship it because there's nothing sharp in there in this one. And I may throw something else in there. I may find a couple of things in the back, some cooler stickers. UPS is, but Jim, I've had good luck with them, both on the delivery side and on the shipping side. I did have them take a super long time to get me a Stinger a long time ago. I need to give that Stinger away. That's a great knife, but I don't carry it much. Might have to give that away this week. So, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to try to get out of here, but I know y'all, it's getting late, and I'm going to just randomly do a giveaway in the chat. And the way I'm going to do that, do y'all know anybody who we could go to and give love? How close is Gonzo? Let's see where Gonzo is. And you all have already subscribed to Gonzo. Jim, did they ever find it? I know what we're going to do. Let me do this. Let me go back and find giveaway. And let's go to here. And let's go capital. Hold on a second, kids. All right, kids. So what we're going to do for our giveaway or our swag and our little bit driver is no hashtag, but the first letter is capitalized. And if I spelled it wrong, I'm sorry, but spell it that way and just fill the chat with Phoenix. Give that away Friday. Thinking, oh, there might be something else in the package too. So y'all get your Phoenixes in, and we will get a winner, just so the winner can email me before they go to bed. That way I can get it turned around tomorrow. And I thought I had a micro T6 bit somewhere. I hate to send it out with just a T8, a T10, and no T6. Pretty Fly is doing something kind for someone. Double detent. You don't need the hashtag, so you can do it again. And it's OE. There you go. Yeah, just throw it in there with no hashtag. Did I spell it wrong, Maddie? I went to Kaiser's site, but I didn't click on the link. Might have been wise had I clicked on the link. Josh Branson, you're too kind, dude. If you win, we'll let you pick them. All right, so we got 58 people in here. We have got 37 people that have typed in Phoenix. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. Maddie, did you see this Vero Axon fixie I got sent in to me that I'm going to get to try out? Probably end up buying, but that's a whole other story. Josh Branson got his Phoenix in. I love it. Y'all throw your Phoenixes in there. I'm going to give it about, I'll give it about 5 more minutes. I ought to do like Stevie does. Let me set a timer. See if I can set a timer. I can set it on my watch. Do it on here. I bet if I just go timer, start timer, 5 minutes. All right, I've got a timer going for 5 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I'm going to draw for the swag winner. If anyone notices they are not a moderator and does not have a wrench, I'm going through checking right now. Roman M needs a wrench. Nope, he's got a wrench. Joe Kasternick's got a wrench. Let's see. If you guys see that you're wrenchless and you can't put up links, please let a brother know. Please let a brother know. All right, we are 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. Ant does not have a wrench. Let me find Ant. Ant might need to chat up. Let me see if I can find him over here. There's Ant. Boom. He has a wrench as of now. Thank you for that. Ant has a wrench now. Ant, you have a wrench, my friend. So if you've got any link you want to share, feel free to share it, buddy. Yep, because I can only remove you as a standard moderator now. So remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Y'all are all here to keep each other in check. Throw those Phoenixes up because we are, according to Stevie, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Whoops, what happened? 3 minutes and 15 seconds away from me pulling for this. BEDC got his Phoenix in. Are you a moderator, buddy? Let me check. Yep. Awesome, awesome. Dopey's throwing some heat up there. Y'all share shit with each other. BEDC, man, hope you're doing awesome, brother. We are doing well. We're giving away a swag pack and a little bit driver. Nothing major. We will have giveaways Friday night. And then I'd kind of committed to doing this on Maddie's morning mental health Mondays 2 weeks ago. Committed to doing something extra during the week, and so I started doing Insomniacs Live, starting I think at 11:30 on Wednesdays, going into the morning. So I'll probably continue to do that this week. I can't remember what time it is though. Let me see. It is Wednesday night at 22:30, 10:30 p.m. So 10:30 p.m. is when that particular late night, if I continue doing it, will be. 1 minute, guys. Throw your Phoenixes in there. I'm getting ready to go in here and pull when it goes off. And there's still a minute left. So y'all can get your Phoenixes in there. I should have mirrored my screen. All right, guys, that hadn't changed. I'm getting ready to let her rip, Tater Chip. Y'all ready? Here we go. Good luck. This intent. The man, the myth, the legend. Congratulations. ENT01. Oh, this intent. You're playing for somebody, right? Did you say? Congrats, guys. Let me know who the beneficiary of this is, because y'all are too awesome. And I will throw up, because I misspelled that. Acid Test Kids. Demonoc, you are too kind, my friend. Acid Test Kids. Send me your mailing address at this email. I'll put it up here. Gmail.com. And I will get this along with a little extra swag sent out to you tomorrow. I'll actually send it out tonight. No, thank you, Disintent. You're too kind, brother. So Acid Test Kids, if you're still in here, email me there. I'll reach out to you if I don't hear from you because of Disintent. So do you guys have crazy weeks? I know it's just Monday. I'll look forward to tonight when I get to hang out with Pocket Metal. Even though it's the beginning of the week and I know it's tough. That's why I figure the Wednesday night, late night will probably be just a few people, but it'll be places where anybody that's up, that's got, sleep issues like I do, they can come hang out. We can hang out. And then Friday Night Flicks, that'll kind of always be 8:15 to midnight, right before Stevie and them start. 3 hours, 3.5 hours, something like that. But guys, y'all get some sleep. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I love each and every one of you. I'm glad y'all got to see Jason come on. Keep in mind, if you're not following him, give him a follow on IG because he will be dropping those knives. And I plan on getting at least one of those drop points because they are too cool. But guys, I love you so much. Come for the knives, stay for the people. Please look out for the guy or girl to your left. Please look out for the guy or girl to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and always choose debate, not hate.